Kicking things off with the Disney list, taking a look at some of the best from the Disneyland Resort this week. And this week we are talking to you about the best meals, snacks that you would break a diet for, basically. Yeah, this is the best food of the Disneyland Resort. And here to talk about it, our theme park analyst Tyler Crouch, our travel agent Katrina Manzone, to share with us exactly what food they'd go out of their way for. You know, this isn't anything meal specific. Like I said, this could be snacks, this could be any sort of grub, excluding maybe drinks, of course. But food related, what across the property stands out to you? And Katrina, I suppose we will start with you. Of course, we always like to preface anything Katrina-wise with she does have a gluten allergy, so it limits and restricts sort of what she can focus on because it could kill her otherwise, and we don't want that.
Be very uncomfortable. Be very, very uncomfortable. Okay. This is like my all-time splurge because it's a lot to eat.
Oh.
Especially for if you have a gluten allergy, you know, if you try like other things that you're not really used to, your stomach's kind of like, whoa, what's happening?
Step back.
Hold on, pause, you know, that type of stuff. So when you go to Disneyland, you make your way into the hub, and then you go a direct left, and you just keep on running. Carthay Circle. Just run.
Like that. Lightning speed.
Yes.
Wow, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
And then you go to Carthay Circle and order a Monte Cristo. And it depends, like if you want all cheese or if you want the ham and turkey and cheese combo.
Oh my!
And then
you need the ham and turkey.
And you do, yeah. You really do need the
need
texture. I don't know who orders the cheese. It's like unless you can't eat meat.
Right.
Then yes, order the cheese. Unless you're. If you have
dairy
if you're a dairy intolerant, just don't order it.
Let's make a consideration for every possible diet situation.
Sure. But before, back in the day, you had to pre-order your Monte Cristo through like a special line. You had to call 24 hours in advance, and if it was less than 24 hours, you couldn't get it. Like they would be like, I'm sorry.
Oh my.
They would try to do their best, but they have an oil that they would have to keep at a different temperature for it actually to cook and then or heat up and then to cook and stuff, and then it takes a while for them to make it. But now apparently they say that you don't need to do that anymore, because I remember doing it and the lady's like, oh no, we changed it. We're actually we have like a dedicated fryer now, and we're able to do it day of.
Oh, outstanding.
And so they just advise you, like if you do want the Monte Cristo before your reservation, to maybe show up a couple hours before just to mention it that you would want it, so then they can like be prepared and ready to go. But it may take a little longer at the table. And also they say that you can do it at the Blue Bayou too for the gluten-free Monte Cristo.
Wow.
But so tasty. And then on top of it, because I know they changed their portion sizes for it, that you used to get for a regular glutinous Monte Cristo, you used to get like a full one, but you only get a half with fries. But with us, you get a full sandwich with a side of fruit, which is like I think a better option. Because I chow down on that Monte Cristo. I'm like, oh, no. So good. But then afterwards, you're stuffed. So that's like my splurge. My other one would be I get like the potato flautas over at the Lamplight Lounge brunch. So good. So good. And it's I guess, is it vegetarian or vegan? I guess it's under the plant-based, because it has plant-based chorizo on it.
It is vegan because even like the sour cream is like not sour cream. So
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's really tasty, and then they have like the sauce, and it's spicy, and I always ask for extra because it's so good. And then on top of it, it's like a potato fiesta, because honestly, like I want like the confit potatoes too on the side, because they're so good. So I literally will splurge and have potato flautas with the chorizo, and then a side of the confit potatoes, because they're just like roasted potatoes, but they have cheese fried on it. So like on one side there's like just cheese.
I feel like people sleep on that brunch,
so
but
good.
the Lamplight Lounge brunch is actually very good.
I feel like it's one of the, as she was mentioning it, I was thinking to myself, how many people even know there's a brunch there?
Yeah.
You know, I feel like so many people.
If you know, you know, and that's why there's no reservation.
And I'll tell you, a lot of locals, I think, are huge fans because they know, right? You know, they're aware of it, and I'm pretty sure it was created because of locals. So,
and it's only on, you know, Friday, Saturday, Sundays, I think. I don't know if they changed it, but man, it is That is like a really great brunch. And then I'm sure all the other food for brunch is great, but those two things are like my all-time like splurge favorites.
Yeah. I mean, if you're coming out from out of town and you know you'll be here across the weekend,
do it.
Vie for one of those reservations because it's totally worth it. I've done it myself. It is,
it's just
it stands
relaxing, refreshing. You go down by the water.
Yeah.
You just
exactly.
You're
right
nice
there on the
drink,
water,
and it's okay, like because it's not hot yet outside, so you're able to like sit outside, sit inside. But sometimes in the afternoon, you probably don't want to sit outside because the sun's like beating down on you. But man, the brunch is money.
Dash running nearby,
Yeah.
the Incredicoaster.
Oh, it's
Right
so
next to
good.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
I always tell everybody, and they're like, "Oh, is there like anything you want to do?" And I'm like, "Do you like brunch?" So that's like my first question. And they're like, "Yes." I'm like, "Fantastic."
I know something I want to do.
Oh my god, I have a client. They want to do it. I persuaded them to do Lamplight Lounge brunch. I was like, so I thought that was a win.
And if you're a Pixar fan, what a great restaurant to go hang out at.
I mean, it is like,
Yeah.
I mean, you could hang out there all day if you could, but they'd probably kick you out. They'd be like, "All right, you're done." There's like
Yeah.
a time limit.
Yeah. Hit the bricks.
Get out of here. And then my last one is I'm not a big sweets person, but I do sometimes when I'm like very like, to hell with it. I'm just gonna go for it. Type day, I want a cookie over at Sprinkles. They have a really good gluten-free chocolate chip cookie.
Oh, okay.
And it's like soft cookie.
Yeah.
So, and it's really nice. It's actually like pretty thick too. So, I forgot how much it is. It's pretty pricey, but I don't really like their cupcakes because they're overpriced for what you get. But their cookie's delicious. So sometimes I'll take my cookie and then go get a B52 or something at Carthay and then just eat it and be like, nom, 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 nom. So that's like the only time I really want sweets. And
Chocolate
then
chips smearing around
I have
in
an
your
honorable
purse.
mention though.
Yeah.
I will say for people who really love grilled cheese, and sometimes when you're on that day and that month, you really need something like cheesy and salty.
If you want it, you want it.
You go to Jolly Holiday and you get yourself a gluten-free grilled cheese.
Oh,
Money. You pull that apart and you get the cheese strings, and then you dip it in the tomato soup, and you're like,
you eat everything very similar.
Yeah,
it seems. Yeah.
She takes small
It's,
bites.
It's
She's like a little hamster.
I was gonna say very, very
Especially-
squirrel-esque of you. Yeah.
even those like cheesy hot potatoes, I'm like,
Yeah.
That's how you savor.
It's kind of awkward. Sometimes I have to tell her, use your fork and knife. What are you doing?
Cheese all over the place. Katrina. Gosh dang
at
it.
least it's better than being a ghost from Casper. When they eat it, it just goes right to the floor.
Yeah, I always thought that was great.
Timely reference.
So, yeah, right. Thank you. What a throwback. Yeah. And Tyler,
Yes.
what would you go out of your way for? Disneyland Resort has an awful lot of options and some hidden
So
gems.
many.
Kind of like that Lamplight Lounge. I think that menu is such a hidden gem.
Yeah,
What do you
yeah.
got?
I think one of my favorite things about Avengers Campus is kind of the new food that they've brought. I mean, they've got the characters, the food. We don't like to talk about the ride, but I will say the number one thing that I think Avengers Campus brings to the table, well, besides the characters, is the chicken shawarma. I think the chicken shawarma
Very
is
nice.
ridiculously tasty, but the reason I say it's like, I think people would be like, well, it's chicken, it can't be that bad for you. But first of all, it's like dark meat chicken, and then there's this like, I don't know, most people if you're not from California, you may have not heard of a place called Zanku Chicken that has this amazing garlic sauce, and I feel like Disney was like, hey, what if we tried to replicate this garlic sauce? And it is fantastic. It comes with a little side of like a vegan tzatziki, which is like a coconut milk base, I think, but it doesn't taste like coconut. It tastes like tzatziki. It's great. And you just kind of dip your shawarma in there. You act like you just saved New York, and you
Grab a
have
bench.
a great time. You maybe go grab a drink over at Pim's, and it's just like, it is so good. I think it's like the best street food that Disney sells now, and I know a lot of people love the corn dogs and whatnot.
Get an AP
And,
discount.
Yeah.
Oh, even better.
The chimichangas are good too, but I think the shawarma is where it's at. And I think the falafel one is pretty good, but the chicken one is really where it's at with that garlic sauce, man. Good Lord. I think another one for me is all the way, you leave the parks, you go all the way out, head over to Disneyland Hotel, head
What a
over to
journey.
Trader Sam's,
Yeah.
and you get yourself a zombie. No, I'm just kidding. You go for the kind of number one snack I think that everybody wants when they go to Trader Sam's, which is the panko crusted long beans.
Ooh.
I have had those.
Those things are like crack. Yep.
Major goal.
And it comes with this togarashi aioli, which togarashi is like a Japanese spice that has like I think like 6 or 7 different ingredients in it, including like red pepper and stuff.
That
so
sauce is tasty.
It's very good. I remember we were sad when they got rid of this sriracha aioli and brought the togarashi, and we were like, what are they doing? Why are they doing this? And it's actually pretty much just as delicious. So I mean, those long beans, you got, and they give you like a huge pile of them. So you get the big, they're the green long beans that have like a little panko bread on the outside. You dip them in the togarashi, and it's just, you're in a crunchy heaven. You're in crunchy heaven. So it's a good time, and hey, it's a good way to get people to eat their vegetables.
You just keep eating it.
Yeah.
Well, that's not how you eat. There it is.
There we go. Thank you.
That's how I eat a green bean.
She even does it with the aioli. She sticks her fingers in. She's like, it's weird. Anyway.
I wish I could try them. They look really good.
Little nibbles.
Yeah. So my last one here. This is not a snack or street food. This is actually just a straight up entree.
Oh.
Over at one of my favorite places in the entire Disneyland Resort, which is Carthay Circle, of course.
I thought you were gonna say Steakhouse 55.
R.I.P.
Brum, brum.
Oh. Yeah. Goodbye.
Sorry.
I'm saying, hey, I get it.
And now it's just sitting there sadly.
There we go.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I walk by it every time I'm there, and I wondered the same thing. What was the point of this?
Why would they do it?
What's
It must have been all staffing or something, or maybe the people that were working there were getting paid too much, and they're like, I don't
think
know.
that's it.
I mean, I don't know if that's it. That's just a speculation. But anyway, over at Carthay Circle, back to Carthay Circle. Steakhouse 55.
Yeah.
Much love. They have a great dish, and you got to go sooner rather than later because they change their menu like all the time, and you never know.
It's a seasonal
when it's
menu,
gonna
right?
be gone.
Yeah. That's right.
But so the braised beef, birria style pot roast.
This is upstairs restaurant, not
it's in
downstairs.
the upstairs. You can't get this downstairs. You have to go to dinner upstairs. It is freaking insane. It is like one of the best braised beef dishes I've ever had in my life. There is a sauce on top of it, and this is why they call it kind of like birria style, because I think it's like a cross between like a beef consomme type of thing with like a pepper taste to it. Some kind of pepper is in it. I think it's like a poblano or something like that, and it's just a fantastic sauce. It comes on these amazing little grits. The only thing I would say about it is they don't give you enough grits. It's like this little smattering of grits, but
You need a little bit more.
I wish it was a little bit more. And it comes with avocado and pico de gallo to kind of cool it down and kind of bring some
Freshen it.
creaminess to the fatty celebration, and it just falls apart. It melts in your mouth. It's a big piece of beef too, and you get that, man. A couple Parker rolls, you're set. You're
rolling
you're
out of
living
there.
life. You are living life at that moment. So
It's so good. And it's also gluten-free.
Oh.
yes. But I think that is like by far their best entree that I've had in recent months. Anyway.
Besides their pork chop. No one can beat
Well,
their
yeah,
pork chop.
that's one of the
Except
greatest
for
pork chops
Lamplight.
I've ever had too. But
But
I
that
mean,
seasonal dish is just
and it's just
delicious.
it's just funny because one day I feel like of course birria tacos are not like a new thing, but I just feel like all of a sudden they're sweeping Southern California.
Oh,
in
yeah.
like
They've taken over.
in like a
Yeah.
major way.
that Instagram
and,
videos, man. Everybody just kept seeing them and they're like, oh, my mouth's watering. And they just started to like pop up everywhere.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
but it is so fantastic. I highly recommend you get over there and try that and try. And you know what? On the same day, try the long beans and also the shawarma. Do it all. Who cares? You're
Shawarma
on vacation.
appetizer. Then you go get your birria. And then you walk yourself to your car, but then you pull over and you go get your long beans.
But before
And then you
that,
continue walking to your car after
before you even get out of the park's vicinity, get yourself a grilled cheese.
that.
Yeah.
Get your gooey grilled cheese. So tasty.
I kind of want to have a fourth one as well. Just
Oh.
a quick,
Please.
Just an honorable mention is I think the best burgers you can get at Disney are at the Black Tap. Go to Black Tap, get a Greg Norman.
Pretty
That's
outstanding, yeah.
That is like the best. Don't go to if you're really feeling burgers, just go to Black Tap. Like trust me on this. But other than that,
Greg
yeah.
Norman? That's what you
The
said?
Greg
Greg
Norman. It's like
Norman.
it's a blue
It's a
cheeseburger with with like some arugula on it. It's tasty.
But it's
really
like a different burger patty than the other burger patties that they use.
It's like a high.
Wagyu.
It's the Wagyu stuff.
Oh,
So
yeah,
it's
that's
like fatty and stuff.
It's really good.
I don't like it because I don't like blue cheese, so I've never tried it. So.
Well,
But
there's
if you
that.
get a salad, it never ends because their salads with the little burger on it, it's like a massive salad. It's like huge.
Yeah.
You just keep eating it and you're like, did I make a dent? No.
I did not. It's probably because of the way you eat.
I guess I was
Yeah.
eating my lettuce like this.
Yeah. Again, it's awkward, people. I don't know what I'm about to marry this weirdo.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Imagine the reception. It's here. Feed her some cake. Let's see how that goes. Yeah, it's got to be gluten-free.
It's
I
gonna take a
presume.
long
Yeah,
time.
right.
I'm there for hours. It's like, oh, what's happening?
Will you let us know favorite food inside Disneyland? Again, snacks, restaurant entrees, your vending cart type items. What is it that you go out of your way for? Are you like a turkey leg person? Do you feel like that's something you need to savor? I think the shawarma is a great call and often gets overlooked. What is it on your list? We'd love to hear from you. As always, leave it in our comments.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.